We're back. Oh my goodness.
We're back.
Technology is wonderful when it's working.
It's a pain in the ass when it's not.
And it's not.
Are you there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, let me run this again. Okay, you're there now.
I'm here now.
So what I would suggest is if you have any, are you doing this on your computer?
Mm-hmm.
I would close any other tabs that you have open and limit the amount of brand bandwidth that you're using, because that could be part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. You know, that and my cable provider. No, agreeing with you. My cable.
No, what the problem was is that we were talking about Trump sticking something up his ass. We got disconnected.
Yeah. Right. So yeah.
That's change,
exactly how it works.
Let's change subjects then.
I'm down. What you got?
What you got?
Well, you know what? I want to compliment you. You've been doing something, and I don't know how often you do it, but it feels like maybe once a week or so, where you just kind of post, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" Really doing, you know, like this like comedy community check-in. And you don't just put it there and leave it there. People post how they're doing, and you respond. And letting people know that they're seen and heard, because you don't know what someone's situation might be. Whether they're they're home, and is home a safe place? Is it a good place? Are people losing their minds? Are they going out and coming back? And are they frontline people and don't want to be frontline people? Yeah. So I love how we're all figuring out how to connect or check in with people.
Thanks,
so I think it's sweet that you do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Give me the clowns. Oh. I know. Now I feel bad because I haven't done it in about 10 days. But I also needed to rest.
No self-recriminations again.
I needed to rest.
This is the chick here. I'm harder on myself than anybody could ever possibly be.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, because I know
mania.
What's that?
Let's talk about my mania, because me and my therapist don't get enough. All right.
Because this is a true thing though. Like, I know that women in comedy especially are incredibly critical of themselves.
Women in anything.
I mean, women in anything. I mean, my experience is women in comedy. I know I'm extremely critical of myself, and not in a perfectionist kind of way, but like you just have to constantly do better. And you can't let up ever. And that's rough. Do you get that experience too?
I am that experience.
You are that. And you've been doing this for 28 years. So how are some of the, if there were other comics watching this, other female comics that would come on and watch this later, what would you tell them?
Oh, I guess it depends on what stage of their career that they're at. And this is pre-pandemic, post-pandemic advice.
Okay.
One of the best things I ever did, and this is a life decision, not a comedy decision, is you have to have life outside of stand-up. You have to have normal, regular friends. I call them day walkers. I got that from my friend Gina, because she's brilliant and funny. But you need that perspective, because this isn't regular life. Hanging out in clubs, running around at all hours of the night, thinking of jokes, hanging out in bars, predominantly with men still. This isn't a normal, average, everyday existence. And then God forbid you're successful, which means you're really not living the way everyday people live. You're in airports, you're in hotels, you're touring, you're on the road. It's a very different existence. And so it's important to tap in and have, people in your circle who work every day, not that you're not working, but have a, they have a family, they have homes, they have a regular schedule that looks nothing
Yeah.
like your regular schedule.
Yes.
And I also recommend friends that love you but don't give a damn about what you do. Like
Oh yeah.
they want you to be successful, they love that, but when you come together, you're not talking about that show you had,
Right.
you're talking about life. So
Right.
people who knew you and loved you when, and that might be a little bit more difficult to assemble. But and it doesn't have to be big. I don't have a ton of friends. I'm friendly. I have a
You
lot of
are.
acquaintances. I have
Yep.
a lot of friends. So I think that's important to keep you grounded and keep you normal.
Oh, don't freeze now.
No, no,
What?
we're back. We are
Oh,
back. I
okay.
demand that we are back.
Don't freeze in the middle of this. This is amazing.
Okay, but do you have me? Do you hear
I
me?
have you. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm just saying it's important to have normal
I
people
think
in your
that's
life to keep you
amazing
balanced.
advice. Yeah, balance is really good. I have not had balance for about 3 or 4 years. I
Yeah.
think I got
And
some balance with the club when we
mhm,
opened up the club for December to do the
right.
toy drive
Right.
because
Yes.
I
That's
had
when I was there. Yes.
yeah, I was very happy. Paula was there. I mean, Paula has known me well before I started doing comedy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, yeah, most people who were
Again,
there helping us with that knew us before I ever started doing comedy.
how about that?
How
How
about
about
that?
that?
And I was
Yes.
extremely happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's that? Doreen Watson, I see, just popped in and said, "Love
Yeah.
you, Leighann. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'll take that love. I'll take that virtual love all
Take
day,
it.
every day."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be my life advice. But that said, there's going to be times in your career, particularly early on, where you're just going to be grinded.
Oh yeah.
Where you just, that's just what it is. And I think that's what it is in anybody's career. And, I couldn't have taken that advice my first 5 years or my first 10 years.
No.
No, because I was too in it. I was too on it. I was too passionate. I'm like, this is what I want to do. Everything else be damned. And if you
Right.
don't have that, this ain't the place for you.
Right. Yeah, you got to be
Um,
pretty yeah, you have to be
yeah,
pretty
no,
motivated.
yeah, I mean, pre-pandemic, I mean, well, early in my career, I was in the club all the time. I had a day job. I worked 9 to 5, or really, like 8:30 to 6 or 7. And then I would hit the clubs, and I'd be, multiple clubs, open mics, whether I had a show or not, I was hanging out. I was putting in that FaceTime, which is why I resent doing it now. I'm like, I don't want to do that now. I'm
See,
tired.
I'm on year 8 and I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Right, right. And it's like,
It's like
the criteria has to be either I have a show or somebody I know and love is having a show.
yeah.
And
That's a good
and an
criteria to
introduction is
have.
being what?
That's a good criteria to have.
Right. Or for people who have taken a little time off, life has happened. We'll get to
Yeah.
that. And you're trying to sort of get back in, and you might be a little it might be awkward for you to just show up at a club. Get a buddy.
Yeah.
Men almost, I shouldn't say almost never, but men will buddy up and roll out together all the time. Women should do that more.
I wish
It's
we
like,
did.
hey,
I don't know why. I don't know why we don't.
Usually because there's only one of us booked on a show.
Also true.
Yeah,
that's
so
very,
the
very true.
logistics of that,
Yeah.
there are women I love, but if it's not an all women show or a theme show or an accident,
right. Or
right. I'm not
Yeah.
getting to work with them. I don't know if you know, a female comic. Her name is Robin Montague. She's based out of DC.
No.
And it was many years ago. I saw her at a club I was featuring. She was headlining. So this was quite a while ago. And we looked at each other like, I love you, but what are you doing here?
Isn't that funny?
I can't even remember which one of us got the gig at the last minute, but we understood that happened at the last minute. That was not pre-planned. They would never put the both of us on a show together. 2 Black female light-skinned comics. Now, here's what's funny. We couldn't be more different.
Right. Yeah.
We are so completely different. And we're, I still feel sometimes people don't make that leap. They will lump female comics, however you want to group us. Oh, it's all going to be the same. But white male comics, plaid shirt, beard, glasses, didn't I just hear this joke? And they 10 of them on a show, 10 of them on Showcase Show. What are we doing?
Yeah, 10
hard
of
not
them.
to be angry.
Yes.
Yeah, hard not to be angry and bitter.
Sometimes, yes.
Yes. Find a way to manage
tell me about the worst show you've ever had. Because 28 years, you've had a bad show or two.
Or but what is or 5?
What's
6.
like the one that like immediately comes to mind that you would be like, I would hang up comedy for this, but you wouldn't. Like if you were just starting and that was you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
There have definitely been nights when I'm either sitting there or I got back to my car and went, I'm going to law school. I'm just going to knuckle down. I'm going to fill out this application. I'm going to do this LSAT. Y'all don't deserve me. And I say law school because that's hard. So I pick something that's hard to give you the level of frustration.
Yeah, I would be there with you.
I remember there have been several. I remember someone booked me to do a show, and for a long time, particularly in the beginning of your career, anybody says, hey, do you want to? You say yes. Like wherever it is, you don't ask a lot of questions. You don't even ask if you're getting paid. You just go.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a long time for you to lose that and realize that you get to a point in your career where it's thank you for asking. No.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, I'm not available that night. If you want to be diplomatic about it, but you should turn some stuff down. And I remember I had a show, somebody invited me and I was still in that yes, mode. And I walk in and it's not set up for comedy. Like there's this dance floor and no chairs and this high DJ booth, and the show was supposed to start at 8 and it's going on 9:30. And I'm just, what am I doing here? And then the DJ comes in and starts playing, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to.
Did you end up doing stand up?
No, I didn't. I left.
Oh,
I said,
good.
Thank you very much.
Did you get paid?
I didn't even care. It might have been like a $20. It was a city spot. Like it wasn't even worth it.
That's not even worth your time.
No, it's really not. And it wasn't their fault. It was just it was their fault, but it was a bad match.
Right.
I should have been there. And and the longer I sat there, the angrier I got. And that's on me. Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally understand. But it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because it's like, when do you know to leave? When do you know?
I learned that from, and I'm trying to remember his name. I think his first name is Jeff. Maybe his last name will come to me in a second. We got booked to do a giant benefit show out in New Jersey. And like this, we were getting paid. It's very muckety, country club type of thing. Huge venue, but the sound wasn't adequate. And it kept going in and out, and they had to restart the show several times. And the audience was, New Jersey moms, and they were just so happy to be out of the house.
They didn't care.
They didn't care. They were out. They were drinking with their friends, and I get that. So the fact that the show wasn't even going well, and the sound, they didn't care. They were just loud and drunk and whatever. And it'll come to me in a moment. I really wish I could remember his name. He looked around. He saw that the show had restarted a couple of times. It still wasn't working. And he said, no, I'm not doing this. And I looked at him like, what do you mean? What? We can just
You have that option?
Yes, I didn't know leaving was an option. And he said, Leighann, I'm sorry, I'm not getting a chance to work with you. I enjoy your work. And there were several of us on the show. I even think Jessica Kirsten was on that show.
Wow.
And he said, no, I'm leaving. He goes, because my comedy isn't meant to be screamed over a loud audience and no microphone. Like, he knew his style. And I'm like, well, shoot, that's not my style either. Can I go with you?
Yeah, that's not your style.
No, not at all.
I don't really know that that's anybody's style.
There are screamers. There are folks that shout their punchlines, but it's different when it's a choice, and it's different from choosing to do that and having to do that.
Yes, I would agree. Yeah.
Right, because it's a vocal and a performance choice. You could easily blow out, your vocal cords or strain by not having, the proper sound. And here's what irritates me: we don't need much as comics. We're
No.
not loading in, musicians. There's no backup dancers. Dude, I need sound. I need microphone. I need light. You got
And a bar
stool? That's
stool.
bonus. Right. You got stool? That's bonus. And
Yeah.
just this to get those elements right. People think we just show up and do this, but there are elements that help us do what we do. The light pulls focus, the sound pulls focus.
Yeah.
And if we don't have those things, now I'm fighting for your attention.
Right.
If I wanted that, I'd have a second childhood. Why am I fighting?
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. All right. So, what's one of your best shows that you've ever had?
One of my best shows, man.
I know. Besides working with me, what was the best?
I know. Besides working with you,
yeah, clearly.
I now that you put it on my mind, I have so many bad shows.
Best.
I have a best show.
Best.
Oh, jeez. Wow, I should have prepared ahead of time. And I'm blanking on where I was, but I did a show, big theater. I said thank you, good night, and I stepped back from the microphone, to put the mic in the mic stand. And when I looked up, everybody was on their feet applauding, and I was just so stunned.
Aww.
Like, what?
I have seen you get and
I started to tear up. Like, really, you guys?
Was that the first time that you got a standing ovation?
That had been the first time. Like, what?
Because you very consistently get standing ovations.
I don't know if it's consistently. I mean, I deliver, but a standing ovation is just, that is such the cherry on top. That thing that pulls people to their feet, that says this connection really, you really did it for us.
Right.
It was a real love match. I mean, it's the difference between having a good date and getting to the end of the date and going, will you marry me? Do you know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's always relationships. It's always love. It's always love. But I do have.
But the relationship between you as a comic and the audience is incredibly important. The snap judgments the second you go on stage, they're very quick.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we don't have a lot of time to make a good impression.
I tell comics all the time, they're not even waiting for you to open your mouth.
Yeah,
they've been judging from your walk up. Yep. How you take the mic, all of it. And they all of these people who came together who may not have known each other now are sort of thinking as a group, and they can smell your fear.
Oh yeah, if you have fear, they can definitely smell it.
Right. So it's but what's fun is when you let them know that you're judging them. Like when you have that level of confidence,
you do that?
It's like, why not? Especially if they're not up to par. Like, why aren't y'all getting
if they're not up to par? Hell yeah, I'm judging them. Fuck you, motherfuckers. You're so funny.
I have been known to ask, why did you not read the syllabus before the show? Y'all would have known what I was covering tonight.
That's a you got 28 years, so you have some things to say.
I do.
But every time I've seen you, and we've worked together quite a few times now. Mm-hmm. And I love working with you. Number one, you're just fabulous to work with. You're very sweet. I really love working with you. I think you're a great human being. And you always connect with your audiences. I mean, you're funny, you're kind, you're very smart.
I've had to learn that. Because early on I let the smart get in the way. And I got some great advice. I was on another show and someone asked me what's the best advice that I've ever gotten, or like who really affected me. And it's Bobby Collins. Because
really?
For whatever reason, we've worked together a lot. I've either opened for him or featured for him. I was at this phase in my career and I'm like, I need help. And I'm good for crowdsourcing. If
Oh God! Don't freeze! Don't freeze! You're frozen. You're frozen.
Don't freeze! Don't freeze! Don't freeze! Don't freeze!
You're frozen.
No, I'm not.
You
No,
were
I
you
am not
were
frozen.
you were okay.
I'm frozen.
You by
I forbid it.
you you're
Right.
freezing.
So
You were at Bobby Collins.
no. Right. So I talked to a lot of headliners, and Bobby Collins was one of them. And he had worked with me enough that I felt I could ask him his advice.
Uh,
And he said something very simple. He said, "Let them love you."
oh,
He said, "You're
oh,
smart, you're funny, you have jokes. That's not even the issue." He said, and the audience wants to be in on that. They want to
yeah,
connect with you.
yeah, yeah,
He said, let that happen. And it took me a little while to figure out what he'd been, because I'm a monologist. I have these wonderful jokes and people just listen to them. And it's not about that.
yeah,
If you just want to be a joke writer, go write for a late night show.
yeah,
That's fine.
I
But
love the
to
connection.
really, but it requires vulnerability.
Yes, it
It
does.
requires that I may not be your cup of tea, but you're gonna enjoy what I'm serving,
Yeah.
and not treating people. I I sometimes talk about stuff that not everybody may understand, and I will actually take the time and stop and explain. If I'm headlining and I have that time, because my thing is I want everybody in on the joke. I'm
Right.
not trying to exclude you.
Right.
I want you to get it. I want you to get it, and I want you to walk away having a good time. And once I started doing that, I remember I ran into this woman on in Columbus Circle. And you know how you run into somebody and you know each other, but you can't figure out from where.
Yeah.
So we're standing there and we're talking and we're running through like schools and organizations for a good half hour, just chatting. And she finally remembers how she knows me. She doesn't.
So wait, what? Yeah. Oh no! Don't freeze! No freezing! No freezing! You just froze. I'm gonna watch it on the phone. Hi, Hank Denson. Hi, Lena. Hi, Angela. Hi, Heather. Hi, Chris. Hi, John. Hi, Valita. Hey, Gary. Hey, Linda. I'm just gonna say hi to people until Leighann makes it back.
Am I back? Am I back? Am I back?
You're back. You're back. You're back.
Yes. Awesome. What's up, Leighann? Hey, Hank. So
you
this
guys
woman finally
would be
figured
a
out
great. Huh?
No, I was just gonna finish the story. The woman I ran into, she finally figured out where she knew me. She had seen me perform one night at Broadway Comedy Club, and she goes, "You were so nice. It felt like we were friends."
Aww, I love
and
that.
I'm like, I'm gonna leave now.
That made you uncomfortable?
No, because it's New York City. I realize now I'm talking to a complete stranger, and we're not really friends.
Right.
But I like that. Everybody's got a different style. Everybody's got a different agenda. Some comics come on and want to be angry and alienate. And I'm like, why? I want you to come back.
Yeah.
I want you to enjoy yourself. I'm not trying to make fun of people and have the joke be at their expense. Why would you arrange for a night out, a babysitter, a cover charge, a 2-drink minimum to come out and not feel good? Like, are you serious? You think people are gonna do that twice? They are not.
Pretty much not. No.
They're not. No. It's funny. I had a chick come up to me one time and she goes, "You're so cute. That's nice. You're cute. I wanted to hate you." It was a level of drunk. It was a level of drunk that, she was really honest. She goes, "I wanted to hate you, but you're so funny and you're so nice." And I'm like, I'll take that.
That's awesome. I did how did you get started in comedy?
Oh, whoa.
Whoa. take a big drink.
Wow. Okay. The short version is that I one night I was trying to figure out what to do with my life because I hated my job.
Okay. And what was your job at the time? Oh, you just froze again. Hey, Peter. Hey, Karen. Hey, Hank.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
I'm back. Trying to figure out what to do with my life because I hated my day job. And some people don't know this, but I have a theater background. My degree is in journalism and creative writing and theater arts. So I loved
Right.
being on stage.
That's one of
So
the, I
I
think
had the
maybe
stage.
you and I are both in theater, or I was in theater as
Yes,
well. Yeah. So,
I was, and I loved it. And so you learn that set of skills, and I also had the writing skills. And I've always loved comedy. I intentionally became the class clown in sixth grade
okay.
because I got picked on. I got picked on a lot because I was
Great.
smart, and I'm like, I gotta head this off at the pass.
Yeah.
And I logically thought, I was a logical little kid. I said, if I make fun of me before they do, um,
Very
it'll
smart.
take the sting, it'll take the sting out of it. It won't hurt as much, and then I can still get my work done. Because I still graduated valedictorian. I
Did
wasn't
you?
trying to mess that up.
Okay.
No, of
Okay.
course I did.
Of course I
Of course
know.
I did. Listen, it's eighth grade. There's not a whole lot of pressure to be
Yeah.
valedictorian. 13. No,
Man, that's funny.
but when I realized comedy was the thing that I wanted to do. Again, type A. I took a class. And I will hasten to say, nobody can teach you how to be funny, but they can teach you the rudimentary skills and how to, pull out of you what's funny and put it in the stand-up format. And so I went on stage for the first time. I just had my anniversary, March 31st,
Happy
ni-
anniversary.
1992, the comic strip.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, I remember I was so scared.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I got on stage, and that feeling,
I
that
have a
feeling of, oh, I'm home.
I have a lot
Oh,
of friends that'll say to me, how'd you get started? And I'm like, I took a class because I was in
mhm,
theater. And
mhm,
it was, whenever you're in, like, if you're already in the arts, you want to take something to develop yourself. And for
yes,
me,
yes.
I wanted to get past stage fright with
Oh,
auditions, with
oh,
auditioning,
yes,
because I'm in
yes.
music. I was in music. I did musical theater, right?
Hmm.
And I was doing a lot of auditioning, but I would just get really nervous. So I thought comedy would be a good thing. And my first class, I quit.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm not funny. This sucks. I hate
Hmm.
this shit. Second class, I was a little bit more prepared. And I mean, by class, I paid the $500 to do the class, and I quit.
Oh, yeah.
Then I
I
went back
hear
in
that
the
all the time.
yeah, I went back in the spring. I did it again. Loved it. And I remember being in the class, and the person who was teaching that night said, if you're a woman and you're pretty, as soon as you go on stage, women especially, are going to be like, she's pretty and she's
Hmm.
funny,
Yes. Hmm.
bitch. And they start
Yes.
judging you immediately,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
And
they
then he
do.
said, and if you're a guy and you go like shadows, if you're a guy and you go on stage and you start shitting on women, all the women will turn on you,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
So don't like, and I was like, I'm gonna be famous because you know, uh,
You
I'm
know
not
what?
on either of those categories. I'm
My
not
my
that's like I'm never gonna make fun of someone because I can't do it. I can't be
No.
mean on stage. I mean, I can be
Oh, I
mean on
can
stage.
be.
I
Oh, I
can be, but
can
I
be.
don't want to be.
Yeah, no. And my thing is, you don't want me to be.
No.
But because I if you take me there, I'm mean and I'm spiteful, and I'm gonna make you regret the day you were
And you
born.
have
So we
28
really don't want to
years,
do this.
and you have
Right.
28 years of experience.
Right.
So yeah,
Listen, if I could slug it out in the clubs and on the road in a male dominated industry and still put it on like dressed to the nines, you don't want me to start taking my earrings off. You
I
really
was
don't.
just gonna say you go over to an audience member, go here, all my earrings.
Right. We're not doing that.
Yeah, no, no.
Um, but it took time because when I started, I got the same advice. I had comments tell me, "Oh, I can't take you seriously. You're too pretty." Oh,
Oh no.
but I mean, just imagine this younger. Like, I mean, I had baby written all over me,
Yeah.
and it was tough. It was tough, but I would go to clubs, and this was early 90s. I was wearing the big boxy jackets
Oh
and a
yeah.
hat, right? And I'm like, I'm not a girl. I'm just a kind of feminine guy. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Like, I tried to disguise
Hysterical.
myself.
That's so
Baggy clothes, all of it. What had to happen was I had to get comfortable with me.
Yeah.
And the minute I got comfortable in my skin and I stopped dressing, pretending that I was younger or whatever. No, I am who I started wearing grown-up clothes on stage. I started wearing, now not plain neckline, not high skirt, but I started dressing like the grown-ass woman that I was,
Right.
or that I am, and I'm okay with me. And
Right.
the audience can feel that.
I agree with you.
And I come on stage and I want everybody to have a good time, and I even have a joke in my act, because this was true, that they said they used to tell women back in the day, don't dress too sexy on stage,
Yep.
because a woman in the audience might think you want her man.
Yep.
And I would go, ladies, let me put your mind at ease.
I don't want your man.
I don't want your man. I got Netflix and batteries. I'm good. But it even took me a long time to get to that joke. Comedy or performance is an evolution. I had a friend, Mark. I can't remember Mark's last name. I think it was Mark Gross. I was featuring for him an Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, one of the best comedy clubs in the country, and he was headlining. And I would hang out with him during the day, t-shirt, jeans, baseball cap. He just looked like a little regular Midwestern dude.
Yeah.
When it was time for showtime, he put on a suit and tie.
No kidding.
And he transformed from looking like a kid in his 20s to a young man in his 30s.
Okay.
And I asked him, and he funny as hell. And I said, why do you do that? He goes, because those same jokes in a t-shirt and jeans don't work for me. The audience did not give him credibility. And he said that suit and tie bought him credibility. Audience, same jokes.
Wow.
So there is some stagecraft here. Usually only women think about it. But
let me ask you a question though. Did that also come from him having a different level of confidence when he got dressed up in a suit?
So I never saw him do comedy dressed down.
So how weird. That's interesting. I always dress in the same thing.
Right. But it comes down to who you are. If you're not being yourself, like when I've done military shows, I'm not dressed up. I'm wearing cargo pants and a t-shirt, hair up in a ponytail. Yeah. But it's me. It's my hair, and that's what you have to, grow to and develop. So you could have a really funny joke. What's your persona? And it took me a long time to put those things together and figure that out and then go forward with it. Like I didn't understand what my face was doing. Like people would say, "Oh, you have your face is great. You have great expressions," and I'm like, "What?" And it took me forever to figure out that my face was having a whole other conversation. Yes. And so that's part of my act. That is a conscious part of my act now. That's why the lighting has to work. Yeah. If the lighting doesn't work, it's going to be a harder show for me.
Yep.
Because now it all has to be right.
I'm right there with you.
Exactly.
I remember my first class, I always used to wear a hat, I'd have a visor on, and Linda Smith from Caroline's and I love Linda.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Linda. Oh, I love her.
Linda Smith. Yeah, I love her to death. She was like, yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to get you to take that hat off.
Yep.
And I was like, why? She's like, because it'll hide your face. And I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
It breaks the connection with the audience.
It does, taking your notes on stage. And she was such a good person to start with, like, oh my God, did I luck out? I didn't have to guess. I was just so lucky.
No, she was great. I like my mentor that I had early in my career. I still sing his praises. Rob Weinstein. He taught out of the comic strip, and he eventually had me start teaching for him his classes. Wow. And I'm grateful. He said, because if you have to teach this, it gets ingrained in you faster.
Oh.
But Linda, I got to tell you, man, I had an audition. I think it was for VH1. And it was at Stand Up New York. And I was still at the point in my career where when you said audition, I freaked out. Because now it's not just a set. It's an audition. And I have to do these jokes perfectly. And oh my God, this is it.
Everything has to be perfect.
I'm not there anymore, thank goodness. But so my audition was at Stand Up New York, and I went on, and I was okay. I actually didn't get it from the audition. I got it for another reason. But Linda Smith went up after me. And I don't even think, maybe she wasn't auditioning. Maybe that was it. But she got up there and she made everybody feel like they were in her living room. She was like so effortless and comfortable. And it was this I don't give a shit vibe, but not in a bad way.
Right.
It was in a you're not gonna do my shine kind of way. Like y'all came to see me. I didn't come to see you, you know. So it was I loved it. Watching her was a lesson. And my dad was with me that night and he's like, she's good. And they ended up chatting because my dad chatted with everybody. Everybody knew my dad back in the day. So yeah, she's definitely, and she's that combination of funny, talented, and good person.
Yes.
When you can get that good person in there as well, like, you know what? I don't need a class in comedy right now, but I would take a class with her.
Oh, she's gonna teach. She teaches classes.
I know she does.
She coaches.
I know she does.
Yeah, I'll plug her anytime.
Just to sit in.
Yep, I have done that with her. Yeah, I've gone in and sat in on her classes just to hang out.
Yeah, teaching is hard. I mean, I was teaching a little bit last year. No, it is because
it really is.
I was teaching all women, and I love us, but we're crazy. We will self-sabotage and backpedal and find every reason why we're not good enough. And I'm talking about these are competent professional women, and all of a sudden you're not. Whatever. And I tried to tell them, I said, you only have 3 minutes on stage. And they were like, oh no, 3 minutes, that's forever. And I'm like, it's going to fly by. Yeah. And you're going to have a great time. And we got to their little graduation show. Everybody blew by their 3 minutes. Everybody, all of them.
Every single one.
They blew by their 3 minutes. And they were like, that's it? But I was having a good time. And I'm like, if I was a mom, that would be my take the belt moment. I told you. Why didn't you listen?
You need to listen. So funny.
Yeah.
You're amazing. I so love talking to you. We've had some good conversations.
Yeah, no. So when did you start this? I'm like, first of all, the pressure of doing something daily. I can't even imagine. Like, I feed my cat every day and I'm like, this is pressure.
It is. Really? You know what?
We're back at this food bowl.
My biggest concern was that no one would want to come on and talk to me.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
Have you found that to be an issue?
Not at all.
No.
But it's in my head. But that's always in my head. I don't know why. I remember when we had the problems with the comedy club, and at the last minute they were like, "You need $18,000 for a police detail," and I was like, "We're 4 days before opening," and you know, I was like, this is, I'm done. Like, I can't do anything. And I posted the thing on Facebook. And within 24 hours, we met, you know, people started just donating money. One person in particular donated a huge amount of money, and they requested to rename anonymous. So I've always, you know, and I was just like, my feeling about that is there were so many people donating, like even $5. And up to that point, like, I have a certain amount of confidence. Like, I feel confident when I go on stage, and I'm happy to be on stage, and I love making people laugh, and I love doing good things for people, you know. But it's a different thing when it's coming back to me. I don't like asking for help. I don't, you know, I will help you, but I don't want you to help me, you know. So that's very difficult for me. And it could make me cry just talking about it. It was probably one of the, I don't know. It was probably, I don't even know how to explain it. It was, I was like, wow, people like me. And it was just like, I was mind fucked by it, you know, like for a couple of days I was really speechless, and I was like, I really have to figure out how to thank people. And I don't know how to, because I'm just completely like, and so my feeling was, get more toys. Find a way, you know. I have a couple of amazing ladies, Mimi and Tara.
Yes, that was an amazing pile of toys.
Yeah, it was an amazing pile of toys, and I actually got, I know, I got it. I'll tear you on it. It was just a weird feeling, like, wow, there was a community of people that got around me and helped me in that situation. And it,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, I was like, really wish that didn't have to go to the police. Like
Yeah.
that was $18,000 that should have gone to children.
Yeah.
So but the love was there, and that was the whole thing of me doing that at the club, was to create that space that was open to any person, gay, bi, trans, black, Latino, white, straight,
I still remember that show. That was a fun night.
and it was just like, but it's even like comics are accepted,
Mm-hmm.
people are accepted, and it was just like that was a home.
Aw.
That was a big moment for me. So this is hard.
No, I don't know if
Jesus,
it
Leighann, what the fuck?
that wasn't me. Well, listen, I will share as well. I don't know if it's how we're raised or if it's an American culture thing, but I no one likes asking for help. Right? I was going to say, oh, it's just women, but it's not. Men have pride as well. Men really don't want to ask for help. So
Yeah,
it's not a gender thing, because we all feel it. And it almost feels like if I'm asking for help, I've failed. I did something wrong. Like that's what's in my head. And then I've had to my lesson that that's not the case has been happening. I want to say for the last 5 years, as my parents got sick and I didn't know what to do. I had no choice but to
right,
ask for help because I was
right,
just ass out. Like, what is happening?
right.
And then that was my lesson in asking for help is not admitting weakness. It's admitting you need help. And then the other part of that is then accepting it.
Accepting it is.
Oh, what?
It's
What? Because your
tough.
your first inclination is to go, no, I'm good. You're not good. You're not good. Other people
Right.
can see you're not good. And you know what? How about letting somebody have the joy
Of
of
helping.
helping you?
Yeah,
Some
it's
people want to
it's
do that. Even if it's $5, you let them help you. That really hit home for me when all of this happened. And around mid-March, I was spent a day deleting dates off my calendar. Like, I deleted stuff as far as July.
yeah.
And some stuff has been rescheduled, some stuff has been canceled. And I've had hard times in comedy. This is that
This
times 10.
is this is
And
yeah, this is nothing I've ever experienced
I'm
before.
like, what? But no one has. And I'm like, what do I do? And the girl who doesn't like to ask for help started posting videos and at the end going, hey, if I've brought you any amount of joy and you can, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. And I was like, at first I was like, that feels like weird. But
It does feel weird.
I have put out tons of content for years
Right.
for free.
Right.
Okay, you can go back on my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook. It's there. So this is
Right.
not something I started brand new. And I said, listen, if I've entertained you, and I gotta tell you, I was surprised. And how many people went, yeah, you did. Here you go.
And
They not only
they've
gave,
actually they're donating.
they
That's
are donating, they
amazing.
are contributing to the arts. They are like, thank you for making me laugh right now when couldn't think they could laugh at anything because
That's
everything's so
wonderful.
dire.
Yeah.
I've picked up patrons for my People with Parents podcast. I have people that are now actually supporting the podcast, which allows me to do a little bit more with it. And it's like, I should have asked for help a long damn time ago. And it's not like it's a something for nothing. I do feel like I'm putting stuff out there. I'm trying to help. I called it. I feel like it's trying to be a light in the darkness right now.
Yeah.
Because you can take in but so many Lysol stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And
we
then you
got
need the
cut off
Lysol
for
jokes.
I liked my Lysol. I haven't discussed it much today. I wouldn't discuss it with you today because we're comedians, and if anybody can make it funny, we could. But there's the seriousness of it. I'm not going to go back there because I don't
No,
want
no,
us to
no,
get cut off, and I don't want you to
no.
freeze again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was,
Yes.
someone was saying y'all need to stop talking about Lysol.
Right.
But
But I on that score, I've been really proud of us as artists and as comedians. I feel like we all went, oh, pandemic, hold my beer. Like we seriously, like the creativity and the funny that I am seeing in the different platforms people are trying, shows like this. I mean, proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of
Like
you
this,
too.
like somebody sent me this shirt. Isn't this amazing? Max Giocelli. We did a benefit,
Oh, I love Max.
raising money for firefighters and first responders to get masks. And he had this shirt on, and I said, "Dude, I need this shirt." He put it in the mail and sent it to me, and I was like,
No
"Because that's
way.
me right now. Like, I'm gonna update my LinkedIn with unemployed comedians."
Boy, comedian. That's amazing. That is a fantastic. I love Max Dolcelli.
So
He's
funny.
a great guy. He's a great
So
guy. And he's a sweetheart. He's such a sweetheart. Oh, gosh. This has been a really good conversation.
It has. It has. I don't know what our time limit is,
We
but
don't have a time limit. We could go for another
okay.
hour and a half, but
Gee. Yeah. No, no, I think I'm wearing my cat's patience. He's definitely sick of my shit.
Sir, is he there?
No,
Is Sir there?
I mean, he's in the house, of course, but he's in the East Wing.
I love your stories of you and Sir.
Yeah,
And
of course.
I love how much you love him. It's very, very yeah, 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 yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know that you're very careful when you open the door now. After that time you got out,
girl.
Yeah,
Jess.
No, I know.
Oh, my heart. I mean, I think about it now and it's funny, but I'm walking through my neighborhood with my flashlight on my iPhone going, "Sir, where are you?" I mean, it was pathetic. I have flashlights. I didn't think about grabbing one. I thought I had my phone. I had to find my cat. And it was just pathetic. I'm in the streets crying, looking for my cat.
That's awesome.
I'm like, I can't, but that's exactly how I look for men. I'm walking through the streets with my iPhone. Crying like, "Sir, hello, does anybody want to love me?"
That is so funny. That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, I don't know if you see this. This is my friend Rosie, my neighbor. What did she say? Yes, asking for help is taught as a sign of weakness. It's ridiculous, but it's cathartic when you do ask. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And part of me is always afraid that, I don't know. It's like having a party and no one will come.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. And I don't understand it. I think it affects women way more than men just because of the cultural thing. And this is what I love about comedians, because in order for you to get up on stage and be a comedian, even if you're telling a bad joke, you are vulnerable. Like, there is nothing that's not vulnerable about getting up on a stage and either doing very well or sucking and everything in between. It's just, it
what looks to other people as being one of the strongest things you can do,
it is
also one of the most vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mentor used to tell me, I had no choice, but he said, go to open mics and watch everybody. And there are people that would get on stage every week who were absolutely not funny at all.
Yeah.
I had no intention of being funny, but they had the stones to get up and talk for their 5 minutes, their 7 minutes, whatever it was. And it's like really funny. They're really funny people who didn't have that courage. So
yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
It is.
So
now I can't even imagine doing anything else. I mean, I do other things, but if I couldn't do stand-up.
Well, you've written 2 books.
I have.
Do you have those with you?
I do, right here. I have Real Women Do It Standing Up.
Yeah.
Stories from the career of a very funny lady. If you are a fan of Irma Bombeck, if you guys knew who she was, it's kind of, the book is written sort of how she would have written it. So it's short little stories about my career as a stand-up, from starting and then marrying a comic and trying to be on the road and be a dog mom and be a daughter and all of those things. And so it's sort of my life backstage, on stage, on the road, it's broken up that way. Yeah, very funny book. Good bathroom read, I think.
A good bathroom read.
Even better bathroom read is Dick Jokes. I
I
love this.
love.
This book was so much fun.
How many of those books have you sold, do you think?
Oh God, I don't know because I do well, at shows. People buy them at shows.
Right.
But I also they're available on Kindle. They're available online.
They're available on
But
your website?
oh yeah, they're available on my website.
Okay.
You can also get them on Amazon. Anyway, like somebody just mailed me a check. I'm like, who writes checks? But somebody wrote me a check and mailed it to me and asked for an autographed copy. And I'm like, usually people just will order, and do it digitally. But yeah, people can order an autographed copy from me. And what I love is when I'm at shows and people they hear me talk about the book, but they're not sure, and they'll pick it up and they'll flip, and they'll go, ha ha ha! They'll start giggling. I'm like, that you already paid me.
Yeah, just right there.
Just right there. And what I
That's
love
amazing.
about Dick Jokes is that, yeah, you'll get my funny definition of what I think the word sounds like, but you also get the real definition and part of speech. So you can accidentally learn things, but I don't tell people that. That's just a side bonus because you can't tell people they're gonna learn up front. They're not gonna want it. They're gonna want the funny.
Do a couple of your dick jokes.
Oh wow, the ones I do on my show, on which I love, because the whole premise is that words would be more fun if they meant what they sound like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like histrionics sounds like the history of ebonics. Grammatology sounds like the study of grandmothers. It's not. Neither of those words mean that thing.
Right.
My favorite one is elixir, which sounds like how British men give sex.
You froze right in the middle of that. How British men give oral sex. Elixir.
That is my favorite dirty joke.
That
it's not even dirty.
No, it's not at all. It gets such.
Good night.
Well, apparently Alexis is talking to us.
Wow. You have an Alexa in your house? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right behind me, and she just said, have a good night. Elixir. And she said, have a good night.
Well, if somebody does, you will.
That is
Can
true.
I say that?
Say that? You can say whatever you want. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I did the wording up front. So, and people know me well enough. So, so cool. So they can get your books. They can support you. I put the links up.
Yes. And if again, my website is veryfunnylady.com, and everybody's like, how did you get that? I'm like, I asked. Like, I just went on. It was still early on.
Yeah.
But I did that because even if you like me, the spelling of my name after you've had 2 drinks can be challenging. And so I want to help you be a fan of me. So I seriously, I don't want this to be hard. It's like, how she spell her name? L-E what? No. Very funny lady.
Very funny lady.
Yes, and that's how you can, find my books if you want to order them directly from me, or just go to the Amazon.
Well, I would like an autographed copy.
How do you not already have one?
I don't know. I never got one. So
I could have sworn that night, but maybe I didn't. I'm sorry. Well, just listen. Drop your address in my messenger, and I'll make that happen.
Yeah,
I'll make sure. Mind you, it's gonna take me a few days because I go out 1 day a week. It's my grocery store run. It's my post office run. It's just.
You know what? We can do it.
My life.
The next time we work together, I'll grab one. How's that?
That's cool.
Because we'll work together again soon.
Really? I hope so.
Well, we were supposed to work together last week.
Oh, that's right. That was last week, wasn't it?
That was last week, yeah. Yeah.
I missed the world.
I miss the world too, but I'm grateful for you.
Oh, honey, same. Thank you for inviting me to do this.
Thank you too. Stay where you are.
Okay.
Don't leave. I have to brand us out.
Okay.
And then
can I say goodnight to everybody who
been
watching and commenting, and I haven't been able to respond back. I kind of see you out of the corner of my eye. I really appreciate the love and support for you coming out to hang out with us tonight. And what is that, Paula? She said, I love that book. Yay! I'll take that.
Yes, I remember her buying that book at the club.
Yeah, I appreciate the love and support tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. Jess, thank you for having me. And do your thing. Take us out.
I'm going to do my thing and take us out. I'm just going to hide all of these little things right here. I really appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you very much. Please make sure that you like shit, because we like it when you like stuff. It makes us feel better, like we're doing something in the world. I see all the hearts on Facebook, but I can't see any hearts on this program, which thank you for the hearts on Facebook, you guys. We love you. Make sure you check out Leighann Lord at veryfunnylady.com and all of her social media. It's on my page and it's on her page at Leighann Lord Comedy, right? On Facebook?
I think, yeah, Leighann Lord
Facebook.com/Leighann Lord, and she's all over the place. Just go check her out. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you like me too. So I can keep doing this. But I love you, Leighann. Thank you for doing this. And everybody, thanks for being here. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.